Hey guys, welcome to Pep Coding. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the solution of pattern number 17. Okay, so here we have given a number n and we have to code to print the pattern given in the output below. So this is the output and we have to provide an input n. So guys, we have done this type of questions a lot. So we will be easily we will be figuring this problem very easily. Okay, so what's going on? Let's see what's the input here. Here input is what? N equals to 1 2 3 4 5. N is 5. My input is 5 here. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's see here. 1 2 3 4 5 rows are there. Fine. So what's going on in this? Okay, initially what's going on? Some spaces are printing, and then after some spaces some stars are printing. Some spaces, some stars in this line, some stars, then some stars in next line, some spaces, then some stars in the last line, some spaces, some stars. Okay, so this is how we have to deal with these questions. We have done a lot of questions like this. Okay, so what I am doing now, let's say initially there were some spaces, right? So number of spaces I am writing, and after that number of stars I am writing. Okay, so in the very first line, what's going on? There are two spaces, right? So I'm writing here two spaces. Then how many stars are there? One stars are there. In the next line, what's going on? Two spaces are there and two stars are there. So I'm writing here two spaces and two stars. In the very next line, what's going on? Two stars are here. Two stars are there in the spaces of spaces. Okay, there are two stars instead of spaces. So what I'm writing here, see, instead of spaces, I am writing here two star. What I will be doing when I am at this row, I will be just doing something which will print stars instead of spaces. Okay, so these two in the middle line there are two stars, then three stars. Okay, so we have to just you have to see we are just going to follow some kind of pattern. That's why I'm doing this. Then after this line, after 1 2 3, in the fourth line, what's going on? There are two spaces and then two stars. In the last line there are two spaces. See, two spaces and one star. So you can see what's going on. It's very easy. The spaces are where the spaces are constant throughout the pattern. Okay, and number of stars, what's going in the stars, till the middle line my stars are increasing by one, and after that my stars are decreasing by one. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's see. In the very first row my stars were one. Okay, then it printed one star, then after that it incremented to two. Okay, so it's increasing from here. Fine. Then after, when I am in the second line, it printed the number of stars and then it incremented to 3. Fine. Then after printing 3, what it did, it is decrementing to 2. See, now it's decrementing. So till second line my stars are increasing, and after this my stars are decreasing. Okay, so I hope you understood this solution. So, and what is about the NSP? My initial stars are always 1. Okay, throughout it's very generic. So whatever the input is, my initial stars will be 1, and now we know how they are increasing and decreasing. And my number of spaces are 2 in the input of 5. So from this I can see that what's going on. What is n by 2 here? 5 by 2 is 2.5. So I am going to take the integer value of 2.5. That means n by 2. So 5 by 2 equals to 2.5, and its integer value is what? So I can see from here that integer value of n by 2 is the initial number of spaces. Fine. So let's try to code this. It's not that much difficult question. Okay. So initially let's take the number of spaces. How many number of spaces are there? Going to take the integer value of what? N by 2. Fine. After this I am taking my number of stars. My stars are initially what? 1. Then I am going to run a while loop. Okay, let's run for the row. My initial row is 1. From 1 I am iterating till when? Till I am iterating till my number n. Okay, so this is my while loop and I am incrementing my row with 1. Fine. So now we have to do our work. So what we will be doing here, we will be just let's iterate in spaces. So let's say my initial spaces are 1, and I want to print my number of spaces. How many number of spaces? If there are 5 spaces, then I am going to print 5 spaces. If there are 1 spaces, then I am going to print 1 spaces, whatever the number of spaces are. Okay, spaces less than equal to what? NSP. Fine, number of spaces what we have calculated. So here what we are going to do, we are just going to print my space, and it's ending with what? Nothing. So it's ending with the empty string. So I have printed my here spaces. Then I am going to do what? Firstly, I am going to increase my SP with 1. Then I am going to then what? I am going to print my stars. Fine. So let's talk about stars now. So my, let's say if I want to print my stars. Okay. So what I am going, firstly now, okay, see in this line what I have done. In this thing I have thought that it's spaces right now. Let's print this portion with no stars here. Okay, so let's print this initially, then we will be manipulating our code after this. Okay, so my initial stars are 1, then I am going to run a while loop which is st less than equals to nst, and I am going to do what here? I am going to print my spaces, sorry, stars. Okay, where I'm going to do what? My stars. So here's my star and slash tab. If you see the output, it's about the tab. Okay, it's not spaces, it's tab. Fine. So here I have printed, and I am going to end my line with what? Nothing, with empty string. Okay, and after this while loop, what I'm going to do, firstly I'm going to change my line. I want to enter in the new line. Okay, so I have entered in the new line, plus I am going to do what? I am going to increase and decrease my these stars. Okay, spaces are constant throughout the code. Okay, so if my row is less than equal to what? Integer of n by 2, then I am going to do what? I am going to increase my star with 1. Okay, else I am going to do what? I am going to decrease my star with 1. That's it. So let's run this code now. Hope this works. See, we are about we are very close to the solution. So we have printed what? We haven't printed this thing. See what we have to do now. We have to just print here stars. Okay, in the very middle line. Fine. So what we'll be doing now? See what we'll be doing. When I am printing my spaces, here I am printing my spaces, right? So what I will be doing, what if I say if, let's say I'm going to firstly delete this, delete this line. Okay, so this was my while loop of my, this was the while loop of my spaces. Okay, so what I will be doing now, if my row, see if my row is equal to what? Integer of n by 2, that means I am at the middle line. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will be printing stars. See, I'll be printing stars. I'm sorry, I'll be printing stars instead of spaces. See, and this printing is ending with what? An empty string. Okay, I have printed this, and else what I am going to do? Else I am going to print what? Spaces. See, so this is it. I hope this should work. Let's run this code. Okay, let's see if it's working. Some runtime error is here. SP plus equals to 1, and where was, okay, I'm sorry, writing something, then it came here. Let's run now. Wrong answer. It is, I'm sorry, it's not n by 2, it's n by 2 plus 1. Okay, so it's n by 2 plus 1. This must be this. Now it's accepting. So let's submit this code, and let me tell you what I have done here. See what initially we were doing. I hope you understood my previous thing, what I have done when we were not printing this stars. Okay, so now what I have done nothing. I am just entering in the while loop, and I have just written the condition. When I am at this line, then I have to print stars instead of spaces. See, if I am at row which is n by 2 plus 1, what was n by 2? N by 2 was int of n by 2 was what? 2. So but my row is, this is 3. So I have done what? I am printing stars when I am at third row, else I am printing spaces. So that's it. Okay guys. So I hope you understood this solution. If you are not, if you are having any doubt, please watch this video again. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and please share and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys. We'll meet in the next lecture. Bye bye.